So can you just, give us brief about, how was your interview of IIM Ahmedabad? So were you already prepared for your puzzle-based question that was asked?
No, I was not prepared. So
Hello everyone, welcome to Cat King. I'm Achal Tikhe, and today we have Somjit with us, who is studying MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. We have already created a video with him on cat strategy. If you haven't watched, go do and check that out. And this video is all about his interview preparation and how was his interview for all the IIMs. So yes, Somjit, I mean, how your day is going?
yeah, my day is going really good. Finally, we have a holiday today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So MBA is good so far.
It's really hectic.
Is
Really
it-
hectic.
Okay, thank you so much for taking out the
Yeah.
time. And let's just start with the video. So can you just, give us brief about, how was your interview of IIM Ahmedabad since you are?
Yes, so I'll start with it. So before the interview, we had an AWT writing section, and it went around for about half an hour.
Hmm.
After that, they called us one by one, and my interview started with the simple like introduction question. And once I was like towards the end of my introduction, I had specified some hobbies like drawing and all. So they picked up on it and they gave me a puzzle to like design a room layout with
Okay.
some specifications. So that was a puzzle question to start with, and then they started. There were two interviews. One of the interviews went deep into my engineering background, and they gave me an option to specify which subject I like. I told them analog electronics, and sir really went deep. So I did not expect it. So he really asked me even basic, and even like engineering question. That went on about for 20 minutes. So
Oh,
after he was satisfied with it, ma'am started asking questions about different backgrounds. So first they gave me an ethical dilemma question like if I was into robotics. I'm from robotics background. My work experience is. So they asked me if you are like let's say designing an driverless car and there are people in front of you, how would you decide whom to not to hit if there is an unescapable situation?
okay.
So I had to give logical conditions as to which I will prioritize to save and all. After that they asked me some industry level questions like what all I have done in my work experience to describe some situations. And there were some trick questions like which was kind of puzzle and kind of engineering related. So this was like the second half of the interview, and they were also kind of joking around with me just to like ease the pressure. But the good thing about Ahmedabad interview was they let you think about it. So if I tell them that I need some minutes to just back myself up, they used to free themselves and they just started to check my AWT answers.
Okay.
Although they did not ask me anything from it, but I was pretty sure they were like grading it when I was like whenever I asked for time. And they really went so whatever reason answer you give you have to like back it up with logic, so they really check into how you're thinking and why are you saying what you're saying. So it will be easy if you just think out loud rather than just saying the final answer. And in the end it was like a grueling, I would say, 40-minute interview. In the end the professor had asked me to take a chocolate from the wall and
Okay.
just exchange pleasantries and exhibit the interviews.
So do you think, according to you, it was a stress interview?
Not a very high stress level one, but when the professor was asking me questions from my engineering background, he really wanted some quick answers and did not really give me a lot of time to think at that point of time.
Okay.
So I kind of went to a stress situation, but I figure like wiggled myself out of that. Yes.
So apart from engineering questions, you also got like domain-based questions.
Yeah, they asked me questions like my work ex, and they gave me situation based like if this is happening, how will you handle this? And they gave me some order. So as I was in a robotics background, I was handling the warehouse automation part of it. So they asked me some e-commerce related questions like how would you prioritize the order fulfilling system? How will you optimize it and all that questions. Yes. Kind of
Okay.
domain based question basically.
All right. I mean, so were you already prepared for your puzzle-based question that was asked?
No, I was not prepared. So I had to think on my feet, and it was a very iterative process. So I gave my answer first, but they were not happy with it. They were like, "No, think about it more." Then so they gave me a A4 sheet and a marker in front of me. They're like, you can do whatever you want, and I started my designing on that. So I showed it to them. They were like, no, this needs improvement. Then I had to like do this 3 to 4 times, and finally they were like, okay, yeah, this is good. So yeah, I had to think on my feet. It's not prepared at all.
It was actually okay. So what tips that you have for, if someone is facing the same situation as you were, like what tips that you have for the same?
I would say if they are trying to throw you off your feet, just remember that they're just trying to see how you react in a stressful situation. So you have to first of all like come up with an answer that is politically acceptable. Do not say something which is like very extreme, then they will just tear you apart. Just try to keep those things in mind, and try to always, like, if you are not able to answer straightforward from a factual point of view, try to come up with a witty answer. So they are happy with it. So if you can just say something witty and get out of situation, they would be actually more happy. So then there's some brownie points for that too. And just try to smile throughout, never get serious. So I've heard some people in the IMCAL interview that they asked some very pointing questions and they became serious and they were like not responding well. So those are some negative signs. So do not do that. Just try to think of them as your friends and something, because even in my classes right now which I'm having, the professors are very chill and they're very open minded. So whatever, you can have a very normal conversation that you have normally with your friends also. So just try to think. So what they are trying to do is they need people in the class who participate and bring a different point of view. So they're just trying to see whether you will be able to actively participate in the class and just try to bring some different point of view. So if you're able to satisfy that, they will be more than happy to take you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Somjit, for coming in and sharing your ABC interview experience. It was uh, very nice talking to you. If you have any questions, guys, just let us know in the comments down below, and all the best for your interpretations.